Staff, Lynn, give us a rundown.
Taking a look at the statistics, first downs, the Jets 13 to 9, and taking a look all around, total yards 227 for the New York Jets, 133 for the Patriots. Passing wise, Todd is having a good day. Now, 3 turnovers by the Jets compared to the 1 for the Patriots. There would be 7 points less on the board, I think, with the Patriots if they hadn't coughed up that football late in the first half.
Time of possession was close to being equal, not that much difference. Only one time of possession counts, and that is who has the game football. Pat Leahy kicking off with Tony Collins, the deep back. Collins takes it a yard deep, and he'll return. He's out to the 10, 15. Across the 20 to about the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. They'll spot it at the 23, a return of 24. So New England goes to work with Matt Cavanaugh, the quarterback. Tony Collins and Don Calhoun, the starting running back, should both be in there, with Harold Jackson, Stanley Morgan, and Don Hasselbeck as the 3 receivers. Hasselbeck, of course, being the tight end, and that offensive line stays basically the same: Wheeler, Hanna, Brock, Kreider, and Jordan. So New England from their own 23-yard line, trailing by 7, 21-14. As we open the second half at Shea Stadium. Temperature in the mid-60s, very little wind today. The second back through is Collins, and he has a couple of yards to the 25. It'll be second down 8 as Marty Lyons and Joe Klecko make the tackle. Let's look at the defense of the Jets. That front 4 of Gastineau, Salam, Lyons, and Klecko. The linebackers, Buttle, Blinka, and Mel. Changes in the secondary from the start with Holmes and Dykes on the corners, Troy and Ray at the safeties. Second down and 8, and again New England not that successful on first down.
You mentioned that
picking up only 2 yards.
Mentioned in the first half they were less than 2 yards on first down, forcing them to throw just like they're doing right now.
And overthrown. Don Hasselbeck, the intended receiver. Blinka had the coverage. Klecko putting the pressure on. It's third down and 8 at the 25.
That would have had to have been a perfect pass because Hasselbeck does have an advantage in height over Blinka, but when you have it you have to throw it that finely, then you're in trouble.
In the first half, Tony Collins, the leading rusher for the Patriots, 8 carries for 40 yards. Jackson, their top receiver, 3 for 40. Cavanaugh completing 7 of 15 for 82 and an interception. Johnny Lynn, 5th man in the secondary for the Jets. Third down and 8.
They want to pick up this first down. You don't want to start the second half 3 plays and out.
From the shotgun. Pass is there. It is caught. Stanley Morgan roaming underneath the throw of Cavanaugh. Donald Dykes with the tackle. That is only the second of 8 third down situations that the Patriots have converted to a first down.
The blitz was on. They were coming up. You can see Buttle, 51. The linebackers are coming, meaning it's man-to-man coverage in the secondary. A good move by Stanley Morgan, and he has extreme speed. He's the fastest man on this Patriot football team. And I said what they did not want to do is go in 3 downs and out. The Jets took a chance there. They thought they could get to the quarterback before he could get the ball off, but the offensive line did a good job of picking up the blitzing linebackers.
A 28-yard reception by Morgan. First down at the Jet 47-yard line. Jackson in motion. Cavanaugh to throw. Over the middle, it is dropped. Tony Collins, the rookie, out of the backfield, couldn't hold on to it. Blinka was there, but it was a catchable football.
Very much catchable. He was taking a peek, looking around to see where that defensive man was and how he was going to run after he caught the football. But this is a young rookie. It's an outstanding prospect. And he's going to learn first things first. Catch the ball first, then worry about running with it.
Second down and 10 at the New York 47-yard line. We're 1 minute and 3 seconds into the second half.
Because, Charlie, they all know you're going to get hit out there. This is a game of getting knocked around quite a bit. That's no secret. But when you catch it in the middle, you're going to get hit very hard.
But sometimes you want to know from which side.
Yeah, you want to know who's going to do it.
Cavanaugh underthrown. Bad pass. Had his man open. That was mostly Tatupu.
It's a bad pass. You can credit the defense for putting the pressure on him because he really didn't have an opportunity to get back there and get set, step, and fire that ball. Here it is. Linebackers come up, and now you see the stunts. The game's being played here between the defensive tackles coming around. and that is Salam. They're all back there right in the face of that quarterback. And you can see Matt Cavanaugh shaking his head because he knew he had his man open. Had he gotten him the football, it would have been complete, and it would have been a first down. Now he's got to go back into the shotgun and try to pick up a first down.
And again, New England converting only 2 of 8 third down opportunities. And here's a sack. Joe Klecko gets the sack. That is the 4th for the Jets, and Klecko has 3.5 of them. Salam has the other 1/2.
Regardless of how good the offensive line is, when you've got to throw the football, you can see the games that they're playing. Klecko going to the inside, Marty Lyons going to the outside, but everybody is converging on that quarterback. And you can see Cavanaugh is looking downfield, but there isn't any place for them to go. He can't step up because he's going to be running right into defensive players.
The kick by Ken Hartley.
A knuckleball.
Kurt Sohn, fair catch as he looks into the sun at the 25-yard line. So the Jets will take over on their own 25 or 26 where the officials spot the ball. And New York going with Richard Todd at quarterback, who has thrown 3 touchdown passes. We've got a timeout. The Jets have the football, and the lead will be. It is Richard Todd at quarterback with Bruce Harper and Mike Augustiniak, the 2 running backs for the Jets. First down from their own 26. First time that the Jets have been on offense in the second half. Following that 31-yard kick by Ken Hartley, his average is just over 26 yards in the ball game. Augustiniak gets the call, maybe a yard to the 27 as Richard Bishop and Bob Golick were there. The Jets open up on the ground, and now Todd can start throwing, going to either Wesley Walker, Derek Gaffney, or Jerome Barkham. Those are his 3 receivers, with Chris Ward, Randy Rasmussen, Fields, Alexander, and Powell as the front line.
He had his receivers split out, hoping to spread out that defense to find a gap there to run with the football. And I'm sure what they want to do is on that first play is establish the line of scrimmage and pick up 4 or 5 yards. But now they didn't accomplish that. Now they're back in a passing situation. They've got the receivers spread out once again.
And Lamb Jones is in as a receiver. Second down 9. To Bruce Harper. He's got it at the 32. To the 35. It'll be third down and a yard. Tony McGee makes the tackle. The Patriots go with McGee, Bishop, and Adams as the front 3. The linebackers are Harkins, Golick, Matthews, and Choate. In that secondary, Claiborne and Haynes on the corners. Sanford started as strong safety, has been replaced by Roland James, and Tim Fox is the free safety. And now offensive changes as Steve Stevens comes in at tight end. Kevin Long also checks in. Tom Newton is there. Tony McGee is slowly coming off of the field of combat. We called it 3rd and 1 as 3rd and about the length of the football. The Jets in this situation have been putting Tom Newton on that right flank, and Kevin Long has been the lead blocker for Scott Durking. They've been running to the right side.
Durking's responsibilities, it seems, is when he put in the ball game, it's strictly short yardage situations. That's the only time he's been in, and he has been successful. Once they had a holding penalty that had to be called back, but he's picked up the first down.
All right, here we go. Third down, less than a yard.
And if you and I know that, I'm sure the Patriots do too, but it's a matter of stopping them.
It is Durking. He stays inside, and he does not pick it up. Not only did we talk about it, like you said, the Patriot defense also knew that tendency. Officials timeout, stopping the clock momentarily.
Going to the strong side where the flanker and Marlon Powell is located over there on that side. Alexander. Good penetration by the Patriots. That's the reason that they did such a good job of stopping it.
They're bringing the chains out to check the measurement. Chuck Ramsey is in the kick. It'll be 4th down.
And naturally, the people here say, go for it.
Mike Haynes is set for the return. First down average. The Jets almost 9 yards on first down each play. The Patriots now just over 2. Mike Haynes.
I know we keep bringing that statistic up, but it really is an important statistic in your play selection. The You're second and 8. You don't have much of a chance. You've got to throw the ball or run a draw or a screen.
The defense also knows that.
Yes.
Offensively, you want to put the defense in a guessing situation. Ramsey, the number 6 kicker in the AFC. And it's a good one. Haynes at the 13-yard line. Looks for blockers and sees only green jerseys. Maybe a yard on the return. And that is it. Excellent coverage by John Woodring and Al Washington, a pair of rookies from Brown and Ohio State. 11:53 left to go in the third, and the Jets hold on to a 7-point lead following that 52-yard kick by Ramsey.
New Backwoods Smokes just hit town. Looking wild, but tasting mild.
New Backwoods Smokes. How can anything that looks so wild taste so mild? New Backwoods Smokes. How can anything that looks so wild taste so mild?
New Backwoods Smokes. All natural tobacco, hand-rolled look in a keep 'em fresh pocket pouch.
How can anything that looks so wild taste so mild?
Every working man believes his money is better in his pocket than in someone else's. So he expects quality and value. Can he find them in an American wagon? Absolutely. In Plymouth, yes, Plymouth. New, tough, Reliant K wagon. The only high-mileage, front-wheel drive, 6-passenger wagon in America. Sensibly priced, Reliant K wagon. The American way to get your money's worth.
This is Brian Gumble in New York. Out at the Astrodome, Jim Zorn has been intercepted by the Oilers, but the Seahawks continue to lead 10-7. While we're showing you this, we want to correct some erroneous information we gave you earlier. Pat Hayden, the report that his ankle was broken may have been premature. It's now described as a severe contusion. Let's go back to Shea.
The balloons remind us the Hispanic Day parade today on Fifth Avenue, and we took an extra tour down Fifth Avenue, and the balloons there, the giant balloons were gorgeous.
Charlie Jones is big on balloons.
That's right. All right, let's see if New England can be big on offense from their 14. Kavanaugh goes deep, right into the arms of Darrell Ray. Ray, his second interception, he could score. Dives for the end zone. Does he make it? Yes, Darrell Ray. His second interception of the game, his 5th of the season. A 43-yard interception return for a touchdown. Extra point is good. That is the 3rd touchdown in the history of the career of Darrell Ray. The score now, the New York Jets 28 and the New England Patriots 14.
I think we hit on something just prior to that when we were talking about the number of yards the Patriots were gaining on first down. They weren't getting it done. So if you're not getting it done, you've got to do something else. Here he is, Kavanaugh back in the pocket, and he throws it to nobody but Darrell Ray. He completely misses his man way over the head. It looked like Stanley Morgan, number 86. Now it's Darrell Ray, a foot race into the end zone. And you're going to see with an extra effort right at the end zone, he gets in. You can see his teammates out in front trying to give him a help. Dykes made a block for him. What is that, his 5th interception on the season?
Right.
2nd today. And on the sideline, Steve Grogan warming up, and looks like that we're going to see a change at quarterback.
And also, Darrell Ray then stepped out of the end zone, walked over to the stands, and gave the football to a youngster here at Shea Stadium. Pat Leahy will be kicking off. Collins on the return.
Got a hold
to the 20. And he is upended, hit at the 21, and came down 4 yards later. Jesse Johnson is the man who stopped it.
And it's a good thing Jesse Johnson got a shot at him, because it looked like a hole was opening up. Had he gotten by Johnson, there was a lot of real estate out there. Well, we said that Grogan was loosening up. Not only loosening up, but he's in there.
He's ready. Mark it at the 25. Steve Grogan, now the quarterback. His first appearance.
And he better hurry up, because there's 16 seconds remaining on a 30-second clock. That'd be the terrible way to start the 5-yard penalty delay of the game.
Grogan to throw.
Screen.
Terrible pass. Had a lot of pressure.
Abdus Salam had the pressure on him. Looked like he knocked his arm, because that ball went sideways somehow. And if Joe Klecko had seen it, he had a chance to intercept. It's a sure pass. I'm sure that's what they're calling that play for Grogan, that he's been on the sidelines. He's going back. Calhoun, number 44, is there. Now he's going to slide over, but here it is right here. It looked like the ball was slapped by, or the arm was slapped by 74 Salam, but the ball just went up in the air.
Second and 10.
Not the way Grogan wanted to start.
Stands in, pass is complete. Collins. He fights his way to about the 28-yard line. It'll be second down and 7. Marty Lyons with the tackle. For an update, let's go to Brian Gumbel. Brian?
Well, Charlie, down the Houston Astrodome, where the Seahawks are pulling out all the stops, this little bit of trickery doesn't quite work. Jim Zorn throws it up for grabs. Mike Reinfeldt and J.C. Wilson play jump ball with it, and it winds up in the arms of Greg Bingham, but the Oilers trail by 3. Charlie?
Thank you, Brian. It is third down and 7 here at Shea. The Jets lead by 14. And we are all still checking out that injury report on Pat Hayden in the Ram ball game, and we'll either have an update on that here, or Brian will have it in our studios at NFL 81. Grogan going deep to the tight end. Hasselbeck does a complete 360 and makes the catch. Don Hasselbeck. Darrell Ray finally stopped him. An outstanding reception.
Tackle on him. It's not that easy.
Second and 13. Incomplete. Gaffney, the intended receiver. For an update, let's go to Brian Gumbel.
Charlie, in that Raiders-Chiefs game out at Arrowhead, there's been a score, predictably enough, by the Chiefs. Billy Kenny, 4 yards to Henry Marshall. It's 20-0. Raiders now in their 11th quarter of shutout ball. Charlie?
Oh, thank you, Brian. I want to talk to you about Oakland and Kansas City right after this replay.
There are 2 or 3 different men around the ball carrier, and here it is coming in. Both of the defenders there, but that's a ball right there that most of the time Derek Gaffney is going to come up with.
Third down and 13. We'll talk about Oakland, Kansas City after the play. Dodd has pressure, and he is sacked. That is the second sack of the ball game for the New England Patriots. Richard Bishop got this one, only their 5th on the year, and Chuck Ramsey will come in to kick. Now let's talk about Kansas City or Oakland. Oakland still cannot generate any offense, obviously. What about Kansas City? How good are they? They got off to a great start, then they've kind of stumbled the last couple of ball games.
They've had some injuries. The Chiefs have had some injuries. Art Still is out. He is their all-pro defensive lineman, and he's as good as there is in the National Football League, most people feel. Their offense the last year didn't do much. They're starting to come around now. Ed Buddy's son, Brad Buddy. Pretty soon they're going to be calling Ed Buddy Brad Buddy's father. But the line is doing a much better job. Hey, he's really been kicking the ball.
Excellent. Haynes, indecision. Oh, and he is dropped by Jesse Johnson. Whew. You've got to make up your mind. Go straight ahead, get what you can, and get out of there as quickly as possible.
Don't ever do that. Get as far forward as you possibly can, pick up the yardage, then worry about going sideways.
A 57-yard kick by Ramsey.
Your day is long, and your work is hard, and your boots say Acme. Your boots say Acme. Say Acme. Your boots say Acme, the real West.
Hey, Frank, gonna wager on the race for a case of beer? Sure. What's your brand?
These boats will cover 200 miles before this wager's settled, but it's worth the wait, because it's for Michelob Light, that rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
You never beat us that bad before.
We never raced for a whole case of Michelob Light before.
Michelob Light. Compare the taste.
This is Brian Gumble in New York. We just showed you Kenny Anderson completing one touchdown pass to rookie Chris Collinsworth. Here's one to another rookie, David Verser, another touchdown for Cincy. They're out in front 17-5 at the half. Let's go back to Shea.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. The score, the Jets 28, the Patriots 14. New England has the ball on their own 33-yard line. First down, we have 6:15. That is the time remaining in the third quarter. Jackson comes in motion. Grogan's pass is incomplete. He was going for Tony Collins out of the backfield. It's a little too hard from that distance. Is he firing it too quickly?
Just
okay, it was a bad pass.
High and behind him. Looked like he made his mind up at the last possible moment to try to get the ball to the back coming out of the backfield. But you have to throw the ball firmly, but not too hard. The object naturally is to have your man catch the football, so you don't want to try to tear his head off. But that ball was thrown high and behind him.
You really simplified it.
Get him the football. If you get him in his hands, they're supposed to catch it.
2nd and 10. Over the middle, a little high, and then juggler. Hasselbeck, incomplete. He does like to go to his tight end.
Well, he makes a great target, as tall as he is out there, and he had the one hand on it. And once again, most of the time, he's going to come up with that football. That time he didn't. But he's 6'7" tall. I guess that's without his cleats on. So.
Maybe the tallest artist in the world. He's an excellent artist. A couple of one-man shows.
I know the one-man show he wants to put on now is to make a couple more receptions like he did here just a little while ago.
Now
It'll be tough to do on the sidelines.
Go with 3 wide receivers right now. 3rd down and 10. 5 men in the secondary for the Jets from the shotgun. 4-man rush.
Got him open.
It is there, and it is close to the first down. Andy Johnson coming out of the backfield may have picked up the first down. It was 3rd down and 10. Greg Buttle with the tackle.
I'll bet you he got it. Now, he is the type of back that knows exactly how far he has to go. Number 32, Andy Johnson, is quite a versatile back, and he knows how to run pass patterns. He's looking for the open area, gets the ball. Now he's going to turn it upfield. Got to get it upfield because he knows he's got to get the first down. That last lunge right there got him the first down.
Got it by a yard. 44-yard line, first down, gain of 11. Collins gave some ground and gave away a couple of yards. Ken Troy was there for the New York Jets. They'll mark it at the 42. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Sure, that's one thing that Collins is going to learn in professional football, that going sideways doesn't work too often. Atlanta 28, Los Angeles 27. That's in the 3rd quarter.
And we're still searching out that injury report on Pat Hayden to give you an update on that.
Once again, Charlie, talking about first down plays. 2nd 11. Forget about the play selection. I mean, it's a passing situation, pure and simple.
Hasselbeck in motion behind the balloon, trying to hide out of our cameras. Oh, alone! Stanley Morgan inside the 25 to the 24-yard line where Dykes makes the tackle. There was not a Jet within 8 yards.
They spread out that Jet defense that time, and the line gave Grogan an opportunity to take a look at the secondary. Now you're taking a look isolation on Stanley Morgan. See him running by the linebackers, and he's finding the open spot. The linebackers are there. He stops where the open spot is, giving his quarterback a target. And as you can see, he's running for about 8 or 10 yards before he runs into any green shirts. Once again, Grogan, the last time they had the ball, they took it all the way down to about the 3-yard line. He's got him on the move once again. But eventually, you've got to capitalize on these drives. You've got to put some points on the board.
A gain of 33 yards on the play and a first down at the Jet 24. Grogan to throw, 3:49, time remaining. Wide open is Harold Jackson. A flag is down as Jackson is down at the 5-yard
last two plays, Grogan has had receivers wide.
Yes.
They seem to be moving back toward the original line of scrimmage, indicating that it's going to go against the New England Patriots.
Either that or offsetting penalties. Officials holding a conference.
Well, the head coach
offensive pass interference.
The head coach of the Patriots wants an explanation, Ron Earhart.
If I read the signals correctly, it was an offensive pass interference and a holding against both flags were against New England.
I'm sure the men in the striped shirt will give us an explanation.
Oh, yes. Be first and 20.
74, White, first down.
Shelby Jordan. Illegal use of the hands. Now let's go to Brian Gumbel. Brian?
Charlie, in Houston, the Oilers have taken the lead for the first time in their ball game with the Seahawks. Earl Campbell going in from a yard out. Earl already has 91 yards on the day. Oilers in front by 4. Charlie?
All right, thank you, Brian. 34-yard line, first and 20. 28-14, Jets over New England now with 3:44 left to go. We're in the third quarter at Shea Stadium. Grogan, the quarterback, replacing Kavanaugh. Pass is on target to Ken Toller, the rookie from Mississippi. His receivers have been wide open in the deep pattern.
And once again, the offensive line is providing protection for Grogan. And that's not easy because the Jets know he's going to throw the football. 82. Ken Toller running down. He's got the defensive back Dykes trailing all behind him, but trailing behind is no good because you want to be in a position where you can make a move on that receiver. He was open. Quarterback had time to throw the football, and he got the ball to him. Here again, Charlie, once again. Allen right at the door of the Jets.
A gain of 23 yards on the play.
Play pass.
Lots of time.
Open.
Hasselbeck touchdown. Grogan to Hasselbeck. 67-yard drive that started at the 33-yard line in 7 plays.
Plenty of time to throw the football. Play action pass. Grogan going back. Getting depth. Now watch the time that he has. The important thing is he can look. Look at him looking around down there. He can see his men. He can see the defensive players down there, and he can make a good throw. Hasselbeck is open. He gets the throw. It's when you get hands up in front of your face as a quarterback and you don't know exactly where the defensive men are that you get problems.
The extra point is good. The score, the New York Jets 28, the New England Patriots 21. Grogan has completed 7 of 12. He has averaged 21 yards a reception.
It's time to bring some sanity and reason to new car prices. For 1982, Chrysler Corporation is offering some of its most popular front-wheel drive, high-mileage cars at 1981 prices. For 82, Chrysler introduces the lowest priced 6-passenger front-wheel drive cars, America's lowest priced 5-passenger front-wheel drive cars, and the lowest priced full-size pickup. For 82 cars at 81 prices, come to Dodge or Chrysler Plymouth.
Dear Atari Anonymous, my son Boris has a missile command problem.
My mission in life is to save all of mankind.
Lately, my daughter has developed a similar problem with Atari warlords. Now, with video pinball, my husband is acting funny lately. With Atari games so ingenious, so involving, so intense, I ask you, Atari Anonymous, is this problem contagious?
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, Don Hasselbeck. That is his 3rd touchdown of the year. In the ball game today, 5 receptions for 97 yards, and his first touchdown of the afternoon.
He's made some clutch catches, too, Charlie.
Here is the kickoff, and it's a good one.
Better get on it.
Better get on it. That goes through the end zone. That is a live ball until it goes out of bounds or until it has been downed in the end zone. So the Jets will take over at the 20-yard line. They lead now by 7. They have led 7-0, tie at 7-7. The Jets have led 14-7, 21-7, 21-14, 28-14, and now 28-21.
And the Jets, this is no time for the Jets to play conservatively, because the Patriots, they get that football, they're moving it. They didn't score the one time because Grogan missed Calhoun, but they scored the last time they had the ball.
And in time of possession, New England has had it offensively 7 minutes more than the Jets. Todd fires. It is incomplete. He was going to Wesley Walker. 2 receivers in the same neighborhood. Drawing a defensive crowd. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Ray Claiborne was there for the Patriots.
One good thing about that pass by Todd, he let it go out there that if his man was unable to catch it, no one was going to catch it. Because he does not want to turn the ball over now.
And particularly does not want to turn it over that deep in his own territory. 2nd down and 10. 2:39 time remaining, 3rd quarter. Inside handoff to Harper. A couple of yards to the 22. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Richard Bishop with the tackle. That may be the first time in the ballgame that play has not worked. Tom Newton comes into the offensive set.
I'm thinking now they've had really one play off. The Jets have had one play offensively, and that was when Harper took off from about the 3-yard line up to the 30-yard line. That's all they've done really offensively in this 3rd quarter.
Todd underthrows Tom Newton, but Richard had pressure, as Richard Bishop was right on top of him. Now let's have an update. Let's go to Brian Gumbel. Brian?
Charlie, it's going to be a long flight back to Oakland for the Raiders. Here's another Kansas City score. Kenny to J.T. Smith, the 9-yarder. It is now 27-0. The Raiders working hard in their 3rd shutout. Charlie?
All right, thank you, Brian. Chuck Ramsey will be kicking. He has been averaging in this game 50.5 yards. His counterpart, Ken Hartley, just over 26-yard average. Mike Haynes set for the return. Another good one.
It's about time for him to go straight ahead instead of sideways, too.
From the 26 to the 30, and then out of bounds around the 32-yard line as Ken Troy was chasing him. 54 yards on the kick by Ramsey.
He is punting exceptionally well today.
So New England will start from their own 32-yard line, 1st down. The 3rd series for Steve Grogan. And he has been able to move the Patriots. Coming up next, the 5th and deciding game in the National League Division Series. The Houston Astros against the Dodgers, or the Montreal Expos against the Philadelphia Phillies. That's coming up next on NBC at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, or right after the ball game. New England now from the 32. Down by 7. Hasselbeck in motion. Grogan is sacked. That is sack number 5 for the Jets. Gastineau got this one. Salam and Klecko had a piece of the action.
Steady
also.
Pressure by that entire defensive front 4 of the Jets. They just converged right straight back to where Grogan was located. And it wasn't just one man, it was 3 and 4 of those defensive linemen getting pressure. That's when it's tough for a quarterback, because there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to see. You can't throw the ball because you can't locate the defensive players. You can't jump outside because there's pressure there. You can't jump up the middle because there's pressure there. So you lay down and say, I hope the next down we do better.
New England's quarterbacks had lost 41 yards.
Screen.
And here's another.
Joe Klecko read that screen really well.
That is the 6th sack for the Jets. Look at Gastineau.
Gastineau's fired up, Charlie, but the reason he was able to get back there was because Joe Klecko read the screen. He didn't take the bait of going after the quarterback. As you can see right now, Grogan wants to throw it, but the man that was standing out there was 73 Joe Klecko. And the rumor has it that he's got pretty good hands, so he didn't want to throw it to him.
The line of scrimmage now the 9-yard line. It is 3rd down and forever for the New England Patriots. Far side, he's there, and he's got it.
To get up and run,
Harold
too.
Jackson. 45-yard line, and that will be a 1st down.
Well, the forever was found, Charlie, because he went right by 2 defensive men out there, and there must be a missed coverage. Here it is. Harold Jackson's been doing this for many, many years. He goes by 1 man. Somebody's supposed to be deep outside, and there isn't anybody deep outside. Now, he could get up and run. Nobody's touched him so far. He could have gotten up and run.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score, the Jets 28, New England 21. We'll be right back.
Supposed to be somebody deep outside. And you see Jackson just running straight down the sidelines. 47 is Holmes. 48 is Roy. But somebody was supposed to be deep outside. That was a zone defense. And what they were doing, they were looking at Grogan, and somebody forgot to get deep outside where they belong.
At the 45-yard line, New England territory, they have a 1st down. Grogan has completed 8 of 13, 184 yards, averaging 23 yards per catch. Here's another one. Jackson, close to 10 yards, as Harold Jackson pulls it down. In time of possession, New England has had the ball 26 minutes, the Jets almost 19. It's a 7-minute difference, and the Jets defense is beginning to drag just a bit.
What we're looking at out here now is number 80. Hasselbeck, the tight end, is in motion, which means that they are, maybe they'll run a draw play or try to run a screen, but basically they are out there to throw the football. They're spreading out the Jets defense as much as they possibly can and looking for holes in that defense. Now it's 2nd and 1. Hasselbeck is in tight now. They probably may run to pick up the 1st down. Yes.
And they have it with about 5 yards to spare. Tony Collins has the 1st down. 39-yard line of New York.
The Jets defense has not stopped them.
One other thing on 1st downs. Remember how 1st half, particularly New England, was averaging under 2 yards of 1st down play, including the 1st half. They're now up to averaging over 3 yards on 1st down because of the big surge they've had on 1st down play since Grogan has come in.
He's in there primarily. They're behind. He's in there to throw the football, and he's doing it very successfully.
1st down, New York 39-yard line. The margin 7 points. New England trails 28-21.
Yes,
there
sir.
he is. Tight end is open. Hasselbeck has it at the 10. And then is tripped up and will hit the turf at about the 3. Ken Troy saved the touchdown. 36 yards on the play. Grogan is just chopping up the secondary of the Jets.
He's getting good protection. Look at the blocking up front by the Patriots. He's able to see Hasselbeck is a big target. He is wide open. Troy is trailing him by about 2 or 3 steps. He does lunge and makes the touchdown-saving tackle, but they're still in deep trouble because they're inside the 5-yard line right now. And you must consider that for the Patriots, they actually have 4 shots to get into the end zone. The last time they were down there, they took 4 attempts. Grogan missing Calhoun on a 4th down play.
And Grogan, in just over a quarter of action, has already thrown for more than 200 yards. Collins has a yard. It'll be 2nd down, still goal to go. Now about the 2-yard line. Grogan has completed 10 of 15 for 231 yards.
They've got their short yardage team in there right now. Pete Brock, the center, is not in there. He's playing the tight end position for blocking purposes. Bill Lenkaitis is number 67. He is the center at the present time. But I'm sure that Ron Earhart is saying we've got 4 shots to get into the end zone. We're at the 2-yard line now. We've got 3 shots. Let's get it in there.
And Dawson is also in as a tight end to block. They'll lose a yard, maybe 2. Stan Blinka makes the tackle on Tony Collins. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go at the 4-yard line.
Credit those linebackers, the New York Jets. They got great penetration. They were about 2 yards deep. Now they're putting him in a position right now from the 4-yard line, losing a couple of yards. This is a passing situation now for the Patriots. And as you can see, Harold Jackson's coming into the ball game. Stanley Morgan also going into the ball game. the Jets will counteract that with their defensive backs coming into the game, taking out a linebacker.
Third down goal to go, 4-yard line. At the corner, incomplete. Morgan, the intended receiver. Dykes with the coverage. It was first and goal at the 3. It is now 4th and goal at the 4. And they're going with a field goal attempt. But remember, the holder is number 12, quarterback Matt Cavanaugh.
The way they're moving that football, they're down by 7 points. 3 points is good right now. Because I'm sure that they feel now, offensively, that they can move that ball on the New York Jets. They've certainly indicated it the second half since Grogan has gone into the ball game.
From the 12, an attempt of 22 yards. It is good from 22 yards out. So the margin has been cut to 4 points. It is 28 for New York, 24 by John Smith with Sohn, and now Harper deep, and Bruce Harper takes it 2 yards deep in the end zone. Bruce to the 10, 15. Scramble for the football as it was jarred loose.
It'll go to New England.
The Patriots recover the fumble. New England has the football inside the New York 15-yard line.
Tatupo really nailed him. The ball is flying loose. One of the Jets had an opportunity to recover it.
And now the officials have changed their decision. John Woodring comes up with the recovery, and the Jets have the ball at the 14. First and 10, New York. Leading by 4, 28-24. Just under 11 minutes left to go. Lots of time remaining. Kevin Long.
Things change, haven't they?
They really have.
Momentum has changed. Looking at the Jets, so far in the second half, they have 44 yards in total offense. And bear in mind, 27 of those yards happened to come when Harper ran from the 3-yard line to the 30-yard line. Other than that, they really haven't done anything. We have a Patriot on the field.
Roland James injured on the play. A gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7 when play resumes. Clock is stopped with 10:33 left to go in the ball game. The Jets leading by 4, 28-24, seeming just to be hanging on right now.
You know, the Jets, you talked to Ron Earhart, and he was saying what we want to do is keep our defense off the field because the Jets are so explosive.
That's what they've been doing.
It's turned right around now.
Yes. All right, we'll take a timeout. Jets 28, Patriots 24. We'll be back in a moment. 15-yard line. Lamb Jones going in motion. Knocked away. Good defensive play. Mike Haynes closed on Wesley Walker, who had a step on it. Now let's go to Byron Day in New York City. That's where we are for an update. Byron?
Okay, Charlie, thank you very much. Following that Bradshaw pass to Swan, Trout converts from 23 yards out for a field goal. The Steelers now on top 13-7 in the fourth quarter. Charlie?
All right, thanks for the update. Boy, that was 6 points that was saved.
If Todd got that one out to Wesley Walker, you could just register 6 points on the board because he did have a step on Mike Haynes.
Todd has pressure, rolls right. Now he's got time. Now he can see, and now he's sacked. You lose 7. Ray Hamilton got him. That is the 3rd sack for the New England Patriots. They now have 6 on the year.
Tide is turning.
Yes, it is.
It certainly is, because the Jets defense has not been able to stop the Patriot offense since Grogan came into the ball game. And for the Jets offensively, they have not done anything other than that one run by Bruce Harper.
Dodd, 15 of 24, 163 yards, throwing for 3 touchdowns.
Ramsey's kicked very well. He's going to be called on to do it once again. He's backed up in his end zone.
He's been averaging over 50 yards on the day. It is high, but it's not that far. Taken to the 49-yard line by Mike Haynes. Haynes gives ground, and he will lose about 7 yards on the return. Guy Bingham makes the tackle. Just over 9.5 minutes left to go. A 38-yard kick. The Jets lead by 4, and we'll be back. In the National League Division Series. Stay with us today. It'll be Houston at Los Angeles or Montreal against the Phillies. That is next on NBC right after our ball game here.
This is it, right, for baseball.
That's right. There's no tomorrow. For the winter, there's a lot of tomorrows the way the season is this year. All right, New England trailing 28-24. From their own 43-yard line, they send the tight end Hasselbeck in motion. Grogan has pressure, scrambles, and he is sacked. Gastineau got him, and for Gastineau, that is his second sack in the 7th of the ball game for the New York Jets, who now have 24 sacks this year.
They do play with emotion. Grogan going back in the pocket. You can see that pressure is coming from all sides. Top of your screen is Gastineau finally, or that's Klecko, finally sets his man. Gastineau gets in, makes the stop, and look at what I'm talking about right now, 99. They do play with emotion.
New England has lost 62 yards attempting to throw, the 7 sacks. Pass is complete to Hasselbeck, the tight end. It was 2nd and 17. He got 7 of them back, so it'll be 3rd down and 10. Johnny Lynn with a tackle. Lynn Dawson comes in as the second tight end. No, he'll be the tight end. Hasselbeck comes out. 3rd down and 10. We mentioned the 24 sacks of the Jets. Well, all of last year they only had 28. Hasselbeck coming out, 7 receptions, 140 yards for Don Hasselbeck.
Well, you can forget about that old saying that a tight end is nothing more than a big blocking offensive tackle.
Not anymore.
Oh, has he got heat coming at him?
Deep into coverage. It is intercepted. Ken Schroy has the interception. A beautiful defensive play for Schroy. Listen to the crowd.
You just mentioned something about 24 sacks already. And here you're taking a look at the secondary. Look how deep they are. Schroy is there all the way. He's got his eye on that ball all the way. Makes a fine interception. And there's a reason that the interception took place, I feel, is because of the pressure on Grogan. He had to get rid of the football. He had to get rid of it sooner than he wanted to. Schroy making the interception and sees a lot of white shirts around, so he wisely goes down.
A 12-yard return to the New York 42-yard line. Bruce Harper goes inside, pops it to the 50. May have the first down right at the marker. He picks up close to 10.
They ought to run that play a lot more because I've seen it 3 times, and 3 times he's picked up excellent yardage. Perhaps it's because he isn't real large in stature. I'm talking about Bruce Harper.
5'8", 177.
177 pounds. You wouldn't think of him running inside, but you give him a little space in there, and he's through that space in a hurry.
Tim Fox and Mike Haynes on the tackle. Harper now 6 carries, 71 yards.
Well, I had said at the pregame show they don't want to run him 25 and 30 times a ball game. Of course, they don't have to. If he averages as much as he is on 6 carries, 71 yards, you don't have to carry it 25 times.
They have the first down at the New England 48-yard line. 7 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the game. Lamb Jones comes in motion. Ball carrier is Augustiniak. And he's got a first down. He picks up 11. Back-to-back first downs on the ground for the Jets. Bill Matthews and Rick Sanford with a tackle.
And Alexander, offensive guard, out in front blocking on that play, and that's what the Jets want to do. You're looking at the clock now, 7:25 and counting down in this football game. They want to get a couple of first downs, maintain possession of that football, and keep it away from Grogan and company.
A gain of 12 yards by Augustiniak. Gaffney's in the slot on the near side. Augustiniak. Flag is down. If he got any yardage, it was about a foot, and that would be it. Bill Matthews with the tackle.
That time the Patriots had their linebackers up tight. It was a first down situation. They figured they were going to run. They did not want them to pick up any yardage.
Bruce Harper, 71 yards rushing, the most that he has ever picked up on the ground in a ball game. Got a face mask
against
New England
Patriots.
And that will be added to the end of the play. And carries with it. An automatic first down.
That's one of those.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, first down.
That's one of those plays that are unfortunate. You never intend to do that because they had that ball carrier surrounded. He wasn't going to go anywhere. It's just a matter of making the tackle. He did grab his face mask.
Line of scrimmage at 31.
But it's a good break for the Jets.
Todd wants to go deep. Now that's a scramble, and he'll be chased. Picks up a block. He'll head for the sidelines and out of bounds. He goes out at the 27-yard line, so he picks up 4. It'll be second down and 6, and Julius Adams was chasing him.
Well, he was looking downfield for his receivers. They weren't there. They were covered. Lamb Jones was one of the men that he was looking for. Take a look at Lamb Jones right here. Number 80. It's a play-action pass. And he's looking to run the corner pattern and now to the post. He's made up his mind a couple of times, but he was well covered out there by number 40, Mike Haynes. It's one of the reasons Mike Haynes is one of the best cornerbacks in the National Football League. He didn't go for that one little fake that Lamb Jones gave him.
Second and 6. Gaffney in motion. The draw, Augustiniak. He'll pick up a couple of yards, so it'll be third down and 4 as Richard Bishop was not fooled and makes the tackle. Don't forget baseball coming up next. It'll be the 5th and deciding game between Houston and Los Angeles, and the 5th and deciding game between Montreal and Philadelphia. So you'll be seeing one, but probably both, because we'll be switching back and forth between Philadelphia and Los Angeles, completing our coverage of this particular series as we look now to the clock and the time remaining here at Shea Stadium as Bruce Harper and Tom Newton are in the backfield at third down and 4.
And for the Patriots, an additional down lineman going after the passer.
Incomplete. Going to Bruce Harper, it will be 4th down and 4. And Pat Leahy will come in with a field goal attempt. Roland James and Rod Shota, the defensive coverage.
Kansas City, 27-0, a final score for the Oakland Raiders. They have been shut out 3 games in a row. For Kansas City, they had some problems defensively, but not near the amount of problems that the Oakland Raiders are having on offense. Bill Kenny, a couple of touchdown passes in that ball game.
43-yard attempt is no good by Leahy. So Leahy now has missed twice in the ball game in the last play of the first half from 50, and he misses now from 43 yards away with 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Which means that New England takes over the line of scrimmage.
This is an important field goal to be made because they're only up by 4 points. You can always look at the kicker and tell what happened. Now he's trying to help it a little bit, but you know what happened with the reaction of the kicker Leahy. Now I was talking about Kansas City. Can you imagine the world champion Oakland Raiders being shut out 3 weeks in a row? Not 1 point in 3 weeks.
That's mind-boggling.
Yes, it is. But Mr. Grogan has his problem right now. They have some points, but not nearly enough. They're 4 short right now. Dropped it.
At the 41-yard line, Stanley Morgan, a catchable pass. It'll be second and 10. The line of scrimmage at 25. Klecko was putting the pressure on Grogan.
That was a good pass by Steve Grogan. He had to get rid of the ball in a hurry, but he hit him right in the hands. I guess that's a bad spot. Number 80 is in there. He's been the main man for New England today. Hasselbeck, what, 140 yards in receptions? He had, I think, about 7 receptions for about 140 yards.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll double check Hasselbeck's official totals.
They need 10 more.
Right now. A little mix-up.
Draw play. No, that was
Tatupu with just a delay on the draw?
Yes.
Tatupu started, stopped, started again. Was that it? Klecko makes the tackle.
Well, you have to do that every once in a while. I mean, every time you go back in the shotgun, you can't always throw the football. You have to at least give the defense something to think about. Yeah, 7 passes for 140 yards for Don Hasselbeck. When you look at the clock, 5:20 remaining in this football game. For the Patriots, it's getting pretty close to a crucial situation.
3rd down and 7. He's there, and he's open, and it's incomplete. Morgan was in the clear. Grogan hung the ball just a bit, and Darrell Ray got to Morgan the same time as the football got there. Gastineau was putting the pressure. Here's another look.
Talking about split-second timing in passing. Now, this ball is going to get to Stanley Morgan just as number 28 defensive back Darrell Ray gets to him. Had the ball been there just, well, one of the reasons because of the hit that he took. Now watch this. The ball is there, and bang, he bobbles it just a little bit. Darrell Ray hits him, and it's an incompleted pass.
The kick by Hartley. That's his best of the day. Taken at the 31-yard line by Schoen. And he has around 6 yards on the return. Zamberlin makes the tackle for New England. We have 4 minutes and 58 seconds left to go in the game. The Jets lead by 4, and New York has the football. We'll be back to Shea Stadium in a moment. 4:58 left to go in the game. The Jets lead by 4, 28-24. New York has the football on their own 37-yard line with Augustiniak and Kevin Long in the backfield. Kevin Long. 3 yards to the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as Bob Golick makes the tackle. Stay with us throughout the end of this game. There's no telling what may happen. And stay with us for the baseball. A lot of exciting sports for you today.
Right now, Charlie, what's happening is the Jets want to make a couple of first downs. That's obvious. Run out the clock. It's 4:30 and counting down right now. The Patriots know this also, so you're going to see a lot of people up near that line of scrimmage.
Todd overthrows everybody as we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is WNBC TV, New York.
And for those of you that just joined us looking for the baseball game, well, we'll have it for you. Either Houston at Los Angeles or Montreal against Philadelphia, as we will have the deciding game between four of those ball clubs. And it will be on NBC right after our coverage here today from Shea Stadium as the Jets are in front of New England by 4, 28-24. 4:13 left to go. 3rd down and 7. Todd has now missed his last 6 passes in a row. Does not miss this one. Big first down.
Oh, he fired that ball. He rifled it. Hit him right in the stomach.
Going to his tight end, Jerome Barkham, on the receiving end of 2 touchdown passes. Claiborne and Schote with the tackle.
Now you can see they're happy because this is a big first down. The pressure is coming. Good blocking by the offensive line, and he really fires this ball and hits Barkham right in the stomach. And you can see where the yard markers are located. He's a seasoned veteran. He knows that he has to get at least beyond that yard mark in case he has to come back for the football because they needed that first down.
A gain of 19 on the play. New England 41-yard line. Bruce Harper.
Well, that play finally did not work.
That's right. He'll lose a yard, maybe 2. Golick and Hawkins were there.
And the reason being is that the Patriots must stop them on first down. They must put them in a passing situation like they did the last time. So I think that if the Jets were going to take a chance at any time, that was the down to do it.
Almost 3 seconds, rather 3 minutes left to go in the game here. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, Shea Stadium. The Jets leading New England 28-24. Richard Todd swings it out, and it is incomplete to Mike Augustiniak. At halftime, the Jets led 21-14. At the end of the third, the Jets led 28-21, and now it's 28-24. Check of the final. Philadelphia over New Orleans, 31-14. And don't forget, we have a lot of baseball remaining for you today, but a lot of football remaining here.
The way Steve Grogan has been moving that ball when the Patriots have had it, the Jets definitely would like to come up with another first down.
New England 42. It's 3rd down and 11. Lamb Jones, Bobby Jones, and Wesley Walker, 3 wide receivers in the game. Incomplete. Bobby Jones, the intended receiver, and Keith Lee made the coverage for the New England Patriots.
Keith Lee didn't have any idea where that football was coming from either, Charlie, because you can take a look at number 22 is Keith Lee. Now his falls down, his back is to the receiver, and he's running, and it's almost
face guarding, but not quite. Not quite. Face guarding, you really have to get that hand up in front of the face. He was just struggling to get his footing back.
First of all, he had to get up off the ground.
Here is Chuck Ramsey to kick. Mike Haynes is set for a possible return. Going for the corner.
They know that they're going to have to throw, and they're going after Grogan.
2:35 left to go. Calhoun out of the backfield.
Calhoun should have tried to find the sidelines. I don't know why he was going up the middle of the field, because the clock is what they're fighting right now. 2:22 and counting down. Should have got what he could get and jump out of bounds.
A gain of about 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and a couple. Greg Buttle with the last tackle. Grogan to throw. Pass is complete to Collins, and he is dropped by Buttle. He caught it at the 25, and that will be a first down as we come to the 2-minute warning. And now here comes another one of those fantastic finishes.
Alcoa presents Fantastic Finishes. 1970, Tom Dempsey will try to do the impossible, kick a 63-yard field goal. Joe Scarpati gets the ball down. Dempsey caught it solid, and it's good. Tom Dempsey has just kicked a 63-yard field goal. With no time left on the clock, the Saints beat the Lions 19-17.
Alcoa can't break.
We're gonna keep moving on today.
We can't afford to hesitate. Come on along, participate. Conserving energy every day. Alcoa and aluminum know the way. We can't wait.
We're doing it now.
We can't wait.
We'll show you how.
Alcoa can't wait.
We can't wait for tomorrow.
The executive producer of NBC Sports is Don Omeyer. The coordinating producer of NFL football is Ted Nathanson. Today's telecast was produced by Kenneth Edmondson and still is. It is being directed by Andy Rosenberg. Skip Dresch is our technical director, and Mike Heilbaum is our associate director. 2 minutes to go. Grogan has completed 13 of 22 for 248 yards. He did not start the ball game, came in the 3rd quarter. Matt Cavanaugh, the starting quarterback. Now let's see what Steve Grogan can do with 2 minutes left. Both New England and the Jets have 3 timeouts remaining. Pass was low, but it was caught. Maybe a first down. Lance Mell was there for the defense. Tony Collins. No, it wasn't. It was Andy Johnson that scooped it up. At the 35, first down. This one was dropped. Stanley Morgan.
Stanley Morgan is not having a good day. He has dropped at least 3 passes today, and of all the time to drop a pass, that was not it, because you're fighting everything right now. That was a good pass by Steve Grogan. That would have been great. They'd have been up around midfield. They would have exercised one of their timeouts. They still have 3 remaining.
1:36 left. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line. Ben Rudolph replaces Abdul Salam defensively. Andy Johnson, Mosi Tatupu in the backfield with Jackson and Morgan the wide receivers. Hasselbeck the tight end. Here we're set to go. 1:36 left. New England trails by 4. This pass is caught at the 40-yard line. Tatupu with a diving reception. Greg Buttle downs him at the 40, a gain of 5. It's now 3rd down and 5, 1:22 and counting.
They did not exercise a timeout. It's 1:17 and counting down.
Lots of time and then sack. The 8th sack for the Jets. Rudolph and Lyons split this one between them. Should have taken the timeout and regrouped.
I surely would have taken timeout. Of course, that's going to be debated. Now he has to take a timeout, but they needed 5 yards for a 1st down, and they had 3 timeouts remaining. Go back to that pass that Stanley Morgan dropped. They would have been at midfield with a 1st down situation.
And now it is 4th and 15 at the 30.
That's going to be debated. I personally would have called a timeout with 3rd and 5 because something like that can happen. Everybody's hurrying there. You could have had an offside penalty. Take your timeout, go back and say, hey, we need a 1st down. We got 2 downs to do it. Here are the 2 plays.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment to Shea Stadium with 1:10 left to go.
There's a hungry kind of feeling, and every day it grows. You know there's so much more to you than anybody knows.
Specialist Kevin Crowley is working with tomorrow's technology in the Army's newest tank.
The laser determines target range and feeds it to the computer. It's just incredible.
We need you in the Army.
Morgan caught this one. Jesse Johnson makes the tackle. 6 men in the secondary. Patriots take a timeout with 1 minute. That was 4th and 15.
Charlie, I got to give a lot of people a lot of credit. Stanley Morgan dropped about 3 passes that he should have had during the course of this ball game. But they have that much confidence in him, and I'm sure he has that much confidence in himself, that they came right back to him. It was an excellent throw by Grogan, and he hit him right in the middle between all those defensive men, coming up with the big 1st down. Something they had to have. If they hadn't gotten that one, in all probability, the game would have been over for the Patriots. But still, they're 4 points down. They can't work for a field goal situation. They've got to get a touchdown. They now have 1 timeout remaining.
It was 4th and 15. The play covered 26 yards to the New York 44-yard line. New England now with 1 timeout left. The Jets have 3. New York 28. New England 24. Grogan has completed 16 of 26 for 289 yards. Did not come in the ball game until the 3rd quarter. Walt Michaels, the head coach of the New York Jets. He's in his defensive stance.
I'll tell you. Taking a look at that Patriot offense, they're spreading out that defense.
Sideline pass is complete and out of bounds. Andy Johnson. That stops the clock with 54 seconds left. Jerry Holmes was there for New York.
What the Jets are doing, they're conceding the shorter pass, and Andy Johnson is in the ballgame right now because he's an outstanding pass receiver, and he's a very knowledgeable one. having played quarterback in college, he understands the problems of the quarterback.
It'll be second and about 1.5 yards. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson with 54 seconds left to go at Shea Stadium. Jets leading by 4. The Patriots at the New York 35-yard line. Grogan far side. It is caught and out of bounds, stopping the clock close to the 13-yard line.
Did I say that
Andy Johnson again?
Did I say he was good?
Yes.
That was an outstanding reception. And what happened was the linebacker had his back to Grogan, so he couldn't see the ball. The only one that could really follow it was number 32, Andy Johnson. Now is the time for cool hits. 27 to 26 counting down.
A gain of 22 yards, 13-yard line of New York. Grogan is over 300 yards in less than a half. 18 of 28 for 320 yards. Ron Crosby has come in.
They thought that they thought he was out of bounds.
45 seconds left on the clock.
There you go.
We will reset the clock.
That's the call. He was out of bounds at the 45-second mark, stopping the clock. They'll reset the clock.
Well, somebody forgot here in New York to stop the clock when they went out of bounds.
Andy Johnson. He was a running quarterback at Georgia. He's a receiver here. He can also throw the ball. He's 4 for 4 for 2 touchdowns.
Good pass protection. You can see the linebacker did not see the ball because that's Mel, 56. Johnson made a fine reception, gets out of bounds, 45 seconds remaining, and they're on the they're on the 13-yard line right now, and they have 1 timeout remaining in this game. They have a lot of time to get the job done with 45 seconds.
New England still with the timeout remaining. The Jets have 3, and they're setting the clock. And they start from there. It's going to take forever to set it.
They really don't have to throw it into the end zone because of the timeout remaining. They do have.
Here's the conference on the sideline. (28-24). The Jets leading by 4. The Jets have not trailed in this game, although they were tied at 7-7.
It could be the fact that they've got to reset that clock might help the Jets because the Patriots were really hot there in the last few plays.
And don't forget baseball right after this game. The deciding game, the National League Division Series, the Astros against the Dodgers, the Expos against the Phillies. And we'll be switching back and forth between those 2 ball games, catching all of the action. The clock is now stopped at 13:42, so what the officials can do is go ahead and keep the remaining 45 seconds on the field to get this game moving on. There's no sense of taking this kind of a delay. With the way the clock is now, well, maybe they can pick it up. Let's see what they do. But now we're playing a little what we call stand around.
And what the Jets have to do, they've got to really put some heat on Grogan. He has had time to take a look and survey the secondary the last couple of times, and he got the football to his man. The best pass defense there is getting to that man, Steve Grogan.
And you saw a shot of John Smith loosening up. That's for an extra point attempt. Field goal does not help New England at this point.
Of course, the Jets have a problem with Grogan because he's an outstanding runner. If you put the blitz on him and he escapes, he has the ability to get in himself.
Now, I believe the officials would go ahead and keep the time on the field.
There is a clock malfunction. There's 45 seconds left to play in the game. We will keep it on the field.
All right, the line of scrimmage at 13. It's first down. The decision from the referee, Tom Dooley.
And I look for Grogan to keep one of his backs in there to help him block. And he is.
incomplete, 6-yard line. Andy Johnson, the intended receiver. Approximately 40 seconds. Those plays normally take around 5 seconds.
I was mentioning that Grogan kept a back end to help him block, and I'm sure that's what he'll do as one of his protectors back there in case somebody misses the block. He's got somebody back there to help clean up, so at least he can get rid of the football.
2nd and 10, 13-yard line. About 40 seconds remaining. Pass is complete and out of bounds. Jackson got it. Troy was there for the defense. Clock is stopped with about 35 seconds remaining. He went out of bounds right at the marker. It will be 1st and goal to go.
A lot of options now. Remember, he has 1 timeout left in the ball game. He does not have to throw the football.
Jackson, 6 receptions, 101 yards. On the year, averaging over 21 yards a catch. 1st down goal to go. About 35 seconds left. 3-yard line.
Oh, he's got a man open.
And he overthrows it. It'll be 2nd. Stay with us for our baseball coverage of the National League Division Series. The Dodgers and the Astros, they're tied at 2 apiece. Expos and Phillies, they're tied at 2 apiece.
Andy Johnson's in the ball game, and he's an excellent receiver. He made a couple of nice catches here earlier. Now, I'm sure what they would like to do, if they could, is isolate Andy Johnson on a linebacker and get a step on him and let Grogan get him the football.
And we have movement before the snap by the offense. That will bring it out to the 8-yard line.
Doesn't really make that much difference, except for the fact they could have run the football when they were down that close and utilized their timeout.
We have received official information, 27 seconds left. That is unofficial, 27 seconds. Our unofficial 30 was close enough.
Too much time. 14 of the offense. 2nd down.
Second down, goal to go. Grogan has pressure. He's sacked. He'll have to take the timeout. Klecko got it. Klecko has 4.5 sacks. 9 sacks for the Jets. Marty Lyons. Let's give Marty half a sack on that.
I do believe I said the best pass defense is getting to the quarterback.
And a flag is dropped back at the 1-yard line.
Here you're taking a look at Grogan. He's getting the heat. Klecko 73 is there. Are they calling defensive holding?
I believe they are, and that'll make an automatic 1st down. All defensive fouls with 5 exceptions are automatic 1st down. Offsides, encroachment, delay of game, illegal substitution, excessive timeouts are not 1st downs for the defense. Any other defensive foul is.
Plus the fact they still have a timeout left.
Yes, you're right. 4-yard line.
Holding 29 defense. It's 1st down.
That's what really hurts, because you get to the quarterback and it wasn't necessary to hold. Of course, that's an afterthought. You know what? It would be a good play right here.
Quarterback draw?
Yeah, what I don't know how solid Grogan is and how his health is, but
4-yard line, 1st and goal. He's throwing it away, stops the clock. Good play. About 17 seconds left. It'll be 2nd down, goal to go. There's a flag drop. That pass was intended for the first row of the stands. That was simply to stop the clock.
It's against the Patriots.
Offensive pass interference.
You don't think they'd be utilizing the old pick play, do you?
Could be.
I know they tried it, or it looked like that they were trying it when he threw the ball to Harold Jackson here not too long ago.
First down.
Offensive pass interference on Stanley Morgan. Down goes over. 17 seconds left. First down, goal to go. 14-yard line. 28-24. New England trailing by 4.
Well, if people like excitement, they got to love this football game because it's going right down to the last second.
Hasselbeck. Time. It's intercepted by the Jets. That should wrap it up. Darrell Ray has his 3rd interception of the ball game. And he is tripped up at the 36-yard line by Steve Grogan. That is the end of the ball game. The officials have left the field. As time runs out, was it Johnny Lynn, number 29? We thought it was Darrell Ray, number 28. A 57-yard return. Here it is.
Here is the ball game. Grogan going over to his left side. Underthrown. He was going for Jackson. 29.
Johnny
Lynn intercepts, and the game is over. The Jets win it.
Here's to meeting new faces in new places.